Hello fellow humans and welcome to the Madhouse. I'm Josh and today I want to talk about the kindness of strangers. So first things first, I want to apologise. I've just been informed that today is in fact Saturday. While because of my really shit sense of time, I thought it was Wednesday. So this video is a few days late. My apologies. Also, please excuse the apron. I'm baking some bread and I like to keep my clothes relatively clean. Now, yes, the kindness of strangers. Do you ever just have a really shit day? You're going along and for no reason you can understand, you just feel kind of miserable. Maybe the weather's just a bit shit, or you woke up on the wrong side of the bed in the morning. Whatever the reason, the day is just not going your way. And you're grumpy and foul-tempered and unpleasant to the world around you. And then, as happened to me on Tuesday, I met some kind strangers who really cheered me up a bit. But first, a tea break. I am English after all. There's no sound more reassuring or smell more comforting than that of fresh tea. So I'd been to the doctor's and I was picking up a few things from the chemist, and they said there was going to be about an hour's wait, which was absolutely delightful. And while I live very near the chemist, I didn't see the point of going back home and wasting my time for an hour just to come out again, when once I got back I could have got in, started some work or some writing or finished unpacking. So I did a spot of shopping and then went and sat down at the chemist and bumped into, quite literally, a lovely old lady. Her name was Joan, I believe, about 82, and one of the kindest people I'd ever met. We made some introductions and we started chatting. She offered me a Wordpress original because that seems to be something all elderly ladies carry about them at all times. Still, it was appreciated, it was cheering me up a little bit, and then we spent the next hour just talking, and it was delightful. I'd never met her before, but somehow she knew exactly how to cheer me up on that day. I was in quite a bit of pain and I needed a distraction, and she provided it. She was a lovely woman and she'd had a very interesting life, a whole slew of health problems as well, and it was just fascinating to get to talk to somebody with such a vastly different experience from my own. Something I don't do often enough is talk to my elders. I mean, that's not to say I deliberately avoid them, but how many 21-year-old students do you think hang around octogenarians? I'll give you a clue, it's not very many, and I think that's mostly our loss. I learned a lot of things. She gave me some excellent advice on how to deal with stress and some really bad days, and also how to deal with plastic shopping bags sticking into your fingers, which is some advice I'd never heard before. Very kind of her, and I have no contact details for her. I only know her first name, but if I see her again, I'd like to buy her a bunch of flowers or something just to thank her for being there at a moment when I needed her. The kindness of strangers can do a lot of things for someone in need, but not all strangers are particularly kind, because of course every action has an equal and opposite reaction. You fly high and then someone brings you crashing down. So I was walking through the town centre on my way to meet a friend for dinner, and that was very enjoyable, but it was somewhat marred by the fact that on my way I was using a crutch because my foot and my leg are really bothering me at the moment. Really painful. And these kids, about 16 years old, asked me if they could borrow the crutch and tried to snatch it away from me. So of course I responded rather loudly, "Fuck off." So they turned around and shouted, "You fuck off, you fat bastard." Now, I don't know if you know this about me, but I'm not a very easy to anger person anymore. I used to be, but I've lost a lot of that. But for some reason, 16-year-old fuckwads always push me to the edge. Probably because they remind me of my bullies at school or something, if you want to psychoanalyze it. So, of course, I turned around and started chasing after them. I was on the crutch most of the time, but I've stopped using it just because the anger pushed me through the pain. I chased after them and I was waving the crutch over my head, and they shot off like a bullet to get away. It's been such a long time since I was able to let loose like that, and it was very enjoyable. But I restrained myself before I got close to them, on the grounds that I'm 21 years old, I'm 6'5½", and built like a brick shithouse. If I beat 16-year-olds to a pulp, I will be the one who goes to prison. And rightly so, because I would be attacking a minor. But the point being, I don't think they're going to do it to me anytime soon. Gave them quite a good scare. That was fun. And then I went to that dinner, and then I was heading home. I was going to pop into Asda to pick up some new headphones because mine broke, and I actually rather liked some of the ones I have there. And I bumped into another complete stranger. I think he was a mature student, about 25, massive beard, very friendly. And we just chatted for about half an hour. Sometimes you just need that, someone you don't know, and maybe someone you'll never see again, who isn't going to judge you or treat you unkindly. If you just vent about your problems and things you like and you care about, it's just incredibly therapeutic sometimes. I don't know why those two people were just there ready to listen when I needed it. If I were of a spiritual turn of mind, I might say perhaps they were angels sent to help me out at moments when I needed it. But I don't believe in angels. I think it's kind of a ridiculous concept. But you understand the point I'm coming from. They were exactly what I needed at the moment I needed them. And you have to be grateful for that. So I suppose the moral of this rather poorly planned out tale, because my head is killing me, is be kind to strangers yourself, because you never know when they might need it, and don't be afraid to talk to strangers. Okay, if you're British or Finnish, I understand your objection, because that's not something we like to do in these countries. Especially the Finns, actually. They seem to be one of the most introverted nations in the world. Maybe it's all that vodka. Now, if you'll excuse me, the bread should have finished proofing, so I'm going to go pop it in the oven. I'll see you later. Tatty byes.